Today's little job in the shed is to make a magnetic bolt picker. This illustrates the problem. If you've got a bolt that you've undone but it's still down in a recess, it's really hard to get out, particularly if you can't upend the thing. So this is the simple little tool that I'm going to make. It's going to have a handle that's knurled, and then we'll make the shaft a little bit smaller, and then on the end we'll have a cavity for the magnet to be glued into. I'm going to make the tool out of stainless steel. Got a little bit of rod here that should do the trick. So first off, a centre drill, because I'll need some tail support when I'm cutting this stainless steel. Otherwise it's just going to bend. Now you always should be careful and keep an eye on what's going on when you use a centre drill, because they break really easily. And here's a classic example, slowed down just to show you. Well, there's that end gone. So I have to take it out, cut it off and start again. So a little bit more careful this time. Okay, that's a bit better. Success. I'm going to make two of these, one for myself and one for my mate Norman. So I'm going to make them roughly the same, so I'll use the DRO to set my marks so that I can make the second one fairly much the same. This is the end the magnet will go in. I'm just whittling away so that I've got a bit of a chamfer on it, and then I'll start cutting the shaft. Reset the DRO and then set it onto auto and off we go. Now I'm only doing a 1/2 mil depth of cut so that I get a nice smooth cut. I'd like a nice smooth transition on this end as well, rather than just a right angle cut. So I'm using a little button insert tool. I'll just whittle away at it so that I get a nice little curve. Okay, that looks good. On to the next step. So the next step is to drill the hole that the little magnet's going to go into. So let's find out how big the magnet is. It looks like it's going to be 6 mil. Okay. I think I've got it deep enough, so let's just get that little magnet and try it. It's a little bit fiddly because of course it won't stick on the stainless steel, but it's a nice fit and it's just proud of it, so that's perfect. And as Ellen Milliard would say, well pleased. So, with it cut off to length, all I have to do now is the handle. I'll need tail support for this end as well as I knurl the handle. So let's see whether I can do the centre drill without breaking it this time. I'm running the lathe at the slowest that I can get it, which is about 150 for mine. And I've found from experience that about a quarter turn does the job just nicely. I'm going just a little bit further than a quarter, just to be sure. And I'm turning it slowly so it slowly cuts into that stainless steel. And then I just set the auto feed and let it go. You can see how slowly it's going, but it takes a bit to knurl the stainless steel, so I'm making sure I go slow enough so that it cuts a nice knurl. But I won't bore you anymore, let's speed it up. Wow, look at that. A perfect and beautiful knurl on stainless steel. A real thing of beauty. Bit of a chamfer on the end with the file, and the tool's done except for gluing in the magnet. A little bit of two-part epoxy will glue that magnet in nicely. Magically, both of them now have been made. And so there's only one last thing to do, and that's give it a try. A simple little job, a simple little tool, but it really should come in quite handy. And you can see that the tiny little magnet pulls out a large bolt, no problem at all.